Hi, this is Don McAllister and welcome to another Screencasts Online weekly tip video. System Preferences is the central hub for access to many customization features on the Mac, but did you know it's also customizable itself? There are various ways to open System Preferences and also to open the individual System Preference options contained within the overall panel. For instance, you can go to the Apple menu and there's an option here for System Preferences. That will open the main panel, and each panel contains various icons that control various elements within your Mac. If you know the specific option that you want, for instance displays, you can, if we close this down, go to Spotlight, start typing displays, and that will give us access to the displays option within System Preferences. You can, of course, from Spotlight also open the System Preferences pane as well. Now, by default, the System Preference options are arranged by category. You can arrange them alphabetically if you want, and to do that, you go to View, and then you would say Organize Alphabetically, and that will give you a more compressed view of the various options, but I tend to prefer viewing them as organized by categories. It might well be that you don't need access to all of these icons all of the time. For instance, I never use parental controls on this particular Mac. I don't have a mouse, I have a trackpad, so I don't really need access to this. You can customize the view to remove those particular options. You don't actually remove the options, you just hide them from the System Preferences view. So to do that, if you go to View and go to Customize, and you'll see these little checkboxes against each icon. So if I remove the icon for the mouse and also for parental controls, and let's say also that I tend not to use language and region. So let's deselect those three. We'll say done, and they've now disappeared from the view. Now you still can get access to these. If we go to View, you'll see that language and region and parental controls are still available from this menu. So you haven't lost them, it's just that they don't appear within the view. It's also possible to access these hidden icons by using the search panel. So if I search for parental, you'll see top hit here is parental controls, select parental controls, and that takes me into that particular panel. But let's go back and show all. Now, if you have third-party extensions or third-party options within System Preferences, such as this option here, which is Switch Res X, this is an application I use to change the screen resolution to custom screen resolutions. Let's say I was to uninstall this and the uninstall option didn't remove this icon from my control panel. What you can do with third-party applications is Control or right-click, and that gives you the option to remove the preference pane icon from your System Preferences panel. Now I'm still using this particular icon, so I don't want to do that, so I'm going to leave that as is. Now if you do start opening panels, let's go into Displays, and then I want to go back to the panel I used before. I can use this arrow here. It takes me back up to the top menu. This arrow now will take me back into Displays. Okay. If we go to Show All Preferences, and let's now say go into Sound. Now I can use the arrows to take me back to the main system preference and then back to displays. So if you use only a certain number of the system preference options, you can actually use the arrow keys to just page through those particular ones. So just a few tips on how to use the System Preferences pane in Mac OS. If you want to learn more about using your Apple devices, there are over 700 full video tutorials available to Screencasts Online members, covering all aspects of the Mac, iPhone, iPad, Apple Watch, and even the Apple TV. Now, all full members receive a new Apple-related video tutorial each and every week, as well as a free subscription to the Screencasts Online monthly magazine, packed with videos and articles on getting the most out of your Apple devices. Now, you can get your free 14-day trial membership over at ScreenCastsOnline.com, or check out some of the free content over on the SCO Showcase app on the iPad, iPhone, and Apple TV. That's it for this week. I'll be back next week with another tip, so I'll speak to you then.